here, pandemonium in Sacramento.
The smell of funnel cakes in the air, the Midway in full swing. It's the California State Fair, just a few feet away from Hart Health Park, where Sacramento Republic welcome in Memphis 901 for this USL Championship match on Saturday night. Tonight's match brought to you by UC Davis Health. I'm Rob McAllister. He's Adam Moffitt. Well, the Beale Street boys had one of the best runs of the championship season, going 12 unbeaten. However, their last three, they've allowed 11 goals. So for you, Adam, I ask, how does Sacramento send Memphis back singing the blues?
It's the next man up mentality for this Republic side. Undefeated in the last three. Real disappointment in that last home match, losing that goal really, really late. But you love seeing players coming in, giving everything they've got, and getting results. We saw a fantastic result against San Antonio FC here, and I think that's the energy this team can come up with tonight. Memphis are a team looking to get back on track, giving up 11 goals, as you mentioned, Rob. So the Republic come up with energy, bring it in front of this fantastic crowd tonight, and they can remain top of the table.
Let's take a look at our Western Health player matchup, and we begin with Luther Archman, who has a golden opportunity tonight.
He does, and he represented his club, his country, at the Gold Cup in Guadeloupe. He has been a massive player coming off the bench. We know the energy, the enthusiasm he brings has a massive impact. Can he do that as the starting striker tonight? He has another opportunity with Sebastian Herrera out of the lineup. I think we expect a big night from him.
And meanwhile, for Memphis 901, they've got a lot of opportunities up top. They've got some players in the midfield, but how about Rodrigo de Costa coming over and midway through?
Someone we saw at Tulsa who is probably one of the most creative players in the league. Keep an eye on him. He actually got injured late in that game midweek against Oakland. Came into the game late, came out of the game late, but he gets to start tonight. A lot will run through him. Very creative. He knows where the back of the net is. He can create opportunities as well. He is a definite player to watch in not only tonight, but in this league.
Well, it's a hot one in Sacramento one more time. Triple digits today. Hopefully it will cool down for kickoff here, but it's going to be a good one here. Two top teams, fourth in the East for Memphis, top in the West for Sacramento. Don't miss it. Our starting lineups are coming up next.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by UC Davis Health and by Western Health Advantage. Take a look at our starting 11, brought to you by Los Rios Community College District. The Republic led by Mark Briggs. Couple of changes due to some injuries. And you look at this, Panzani, Faraday Sosa, Luther Archimed, each getting their second start of the 2023 season.
Good chance for Luther Archimed up top. Russell Cicerone hasn't scored in a while, but he's still creating opportunities, getting on the end of things. I expect him at home tonight to really bring that energy that the fans love to see.
Meanwhile, for Memphis, 901, Rodrigo da Costa, who he highlighted, but Luis Fernando sort of been overlooked a bit. 4 goals, 2 assists on the year. He's been very good, was solid for the club a year ago as well. Memphis is led by Stephen Glass, the June USL Championship Coach of the Month. Here's a very quality side, 4th in the championship, and they've got another strong lineup here tonight.
They really do. Da Costa maybe gets some of the praise, but Fernando's really dangerous as well. Kisiedu as well. It is a strong lineup. The results lately haven't been too great for them, but this is a quality Memphis side.
Sacramento with 34 points, 9-2-7 on the year. Memphis 29 points, 8-4-5. Republic with the best goal differential in the championship at +19. They've got a big test tonight, as this is a Memphis club that are coming in hungry, trying to get back on track. They did play on Wednesday in Oakland, so it's been a busy week for them. Matt Thompson is our referee tonight. Sacramento will head to the north and toward the midway of the California State Fair. It will be the 901 in white heading to the south toward the Sacramento River. So look at this. You have a Sacramento side that's made some changes, but really now for the first time in a couple of months almost, you've got a couple of strikers in there, Russell Cicerone and Luther Archimed. Something without Sebastian Herrera. It's been a bit tough for this Republic side. Well, the whistle blows, and here we go from Hart Health Park. It's Sacramento. It is Memphis, and it's USL Championship matchup here on Saturday night. Lee Desmond, the Republic captain for the Republic. And it looks like Memphis will go with 4 in the back. Ward, Peters, Smith, and Buckmaster. Buckmaster and Smith played a lot of minutes in 2022 together. And here comes some pressure from Luther Archimed. Luther Archimed so many times comes in late in games, adding a boost. He'll have to do a bit different here of a look starting off the game. What kind of energy and how will he control his type of style of play? Because it is much different playing 20-30 minutes versus maybe a full 90.
It's very interesting for Luther, because when he does come into that game, it's usually for a shorter period, 10-15 minutes, and he exerts himself so much. You have to pace yourself a little bit, but we'd see a great header by Lee Desmond, no messing around with that. So Luther just has to be a little bit careful. You don't want to overdo it. There's not too much depth on the bench at the striker position, but it's a great chance for him, holding up the ball up there. He's got players around him who can help. I think it's a big night for him. He's in the relatively young side, so you want to prove yourself as a starting striker. It's a chance to do it tonight.
Over the top, looking for Da Costa, 6 goals, had 3 goals with Tulsa, becoming over to Memphis on a transfer. Now has 6-2 assists on the season. And we saw Rodrigo earlier in the year. This ball's played forward. Lee Desmond again. Jeremy Kelly up in a much forward position, but they like to circulate those 4 guys up top. Da Costa may be staying home a bit more, but you'll see Fernando and Kisiedu. But ever dangerous is Aaron Malloy, leading this club and the USL Championship in chances created with 46. They're very good down the spine. Meanwhile, Sacramento is a team that has come out typically on their front stud, very aggressive at home, but 97 degrees here at kick. What kind of style do you think we'll see with the first 15 minutes for maybe both these teams out?
I think you can still come out strong and see Russell here pressing high up the field. They're not going to just sit back and allow Memphis to build out from the back. If you can win the ball high up, you've got a better chance of scoring. And this is a team that's given up 11 goals in the last 3 games. What they don't want to do is give up a goal early, compound the misery a little bit. So you'll see, you will still see them press high, and there's a chance here for Luther.
Luther Archimed going low on Bill Hamid. Bill Hamid coming over. 11 goals allowed in 9 appearances, 2 shutouts, but of course, maybe one of the best goalkeepers of all time in U.S. men's national team. 200+ appearances also with DC United in 13 seasons. And what a get for Memphis. 901, of course, probably had a little bit of help, as a technical director is maybe the best goalkeeper we've ever had in U.S. men's national team history, and Tim Howard. Ball through, good opportunity here, Hyndman. Hyndman will float this to that right side. Dami Villader, and slipping there is Fernando. Matt Lacrosse, the Elk Grove native, getting a start, playing this ball forward. Looking for Archimed, a little bit of opportunity here. The foul coming in, and with that stoppage, let's get to your keys to success.
Defend your fort. This place has been a fortress this year. Only one defeat here in Sacramento. Clean sheet last week on the road. Can they get another one back here? Too many goals been given up as of late. Not many goals, only one. Continue the Memphis Blues. I mentioned 11 goals given up. So can you put the ball in the back of the net early if you're Republic? Really pile it on this Memphis side, and Luther has a chance here.
Archimed onside, takes a heavy touch, and he's tackled inside the box. And Matt Thompson says it was clean, and they'll get up and play on. Crowd doesn't love it, quite close. Good defending by Memphis.
The last one was using the 12th man, and you could hear them right there. They're disappointed, the fans disappointed there, but great crowd tonight. DaCosta's in the attack.
DaCosta movie, still able to get their lead. Desmond will look to clear. Matt LaGrassa playing this one forward. Matt dealing with a little bit of an injury earlier in the year. He is back in the starting 11. Russell Cicerone is cut down. And Reese Buckmaster whistled there, led the team 3,100 minutes for Memphis.
And this was an incredible tackle by Peters. He had to get this right, or his night is over. That's a straight red if he doesn't get it right. And the left foot.
Apologies for the technical difficulties here. Missed a near Russell Cicerone goal, just missing wide by maybe about a foot or so. It remains scoreless, and maybe the tackle of the evening, and maybe even for the season. Jelani Peters getting the ball cleanly. Luther Archimed unable to find a strike on goal. Will remain scoreless through 8 minutes.
See Memphis here, just allowing the Republic defenders to have the ball deep. They're not going to press too high. They're going to pick and choose when to go get that ball. And you spoke about the back four and the turnover right there. That's what they're waiting for.
Playing it forward here. DaCosta threading through. Nicely done by Connor Donovan, finding Nick Ross in stride. Gonna play it over the top, looking for Archimed, and just couldn't get a foot to it, and Hamid will pick it up cleanly. Two really good looks. That's where Memphis has been susceptible. A little bit of space between the midfield and that back line, and we've seen teams take advantage when mistakes were forced by opponents. You saw Phoenix put up 6 goals, followed up by San Antonio with 4 goals in consecutive weeks, and Oakland was able to get a goal before Memphis did tie the game and go away with a draw. And there is a foul on Donovan as DaCosta is slow to get up. Got to keep an eye on DaCosta. Late last game, had a leg injury. Will he stick around? It'll be interesting to see how many minutes he can go at him.
Came into that game in the 78th minute, exited in the 98th minute. Not usually see a player come in and come out, and obviously it was due to a late injury in that game. Weren't too sure if he'd be able to shake it off, and it was his ankle. He's back up after that challenge from Connor Donovan. Get a little look at it here. Really good at using his body, DaCosta. He's not the tallest, but great low center of gravity, can keep that ball. And this is where you see, you spoke about Armalloy leading the league in chances created. It's from opportunities like this.
Good set piece ball, misdirected, and it's into the hands of Danny Vitiello, one of the best goalkeepers in USL, allowing less than 0.6 goals allowed per game. 10 goals allowed, 17 appearances. He has been brilliant. 7 shutouts on the 2023 season, in the mix for the Golden Glove. There's no doubt about it. Let's get to our inactive report, brought to you by Delta Dental. As this ball's played forward, looking again for Archimed. And Archimed will get it up off the hop. We'll wait for some reinforcements. No Rodrigo Lopez, Luis Felipe, Jack Gurr, hoping to get some of these guys back. And Vom Stieg is out tonight.
Great having Jack here in your absence last week, Rob.
Yeah, he sounded great.
We still want to see him on that field, though.
Yeah, I'd rather have him down there, I think.
Another 10 years or so, he can do more of this.
It's great to hear from his perspective exactly what the team is trying to accomplish in certain plays in real time. LaGrossa looking to switch the field here. They'll find Shea Wheat, who has typically been on the left side with Timmer on the right, but Timmer was in that right back position. Here's Sosa here. Sosa moving forward. And it's Akeem Ward, familiar, as you remember him from Oakland roots. And he was on loan with RGV. He's had some battles against this Sacramento side, very familiar playing at Hart Health Park. Here comes the press from Republic, trying to force something to the left side. Best look of the game so far, Russell Cicerone. Slipping and falling here in a big collision. Both players coming together. And it's Malloy and Lee Desmond.
It's an all-Irish battle right there. Neither afraid to get stuck in. I like to see that.
Sacramento 7-1-2 here at Hart Health Park. The only loss coming to Monterey Bay. Adair. Tell you what, for a team that just played on Wednesday night, has stayed in Northern California, and now on a hot evening, Memphis looks pretty sharp coming out of the gate here. Typically you see a little bit of a lull or a drop off, but I guess some of these teams are starting to get used to playing on the road, especially this year. We have everyone playing everybody, East and West Coast. In both the divisions, there's a lot of travel this year, and many of these teams who are along the coast, California and along the eastern seaboard, getting a lot of airplane miles. Lee Desmond going to play this to some space. It'll be easy enough, and it'll trickle out for Graham Smith.
That's a few times now. Looking to release Luther in behind. Maybe mix it up, find his feet. Can you find his feet? Can you bring Nick Ross, Russell Cicerone into the game? Once you start playing a few over the top, the defenders have a tendency to drop a little bit deeper, then it allows that space for him to gather into to hold it up.
Memphis trying to get out of this one. Good step from LaGrossa. Able to win possession back for Sacramento. The crowd liking it.
And Memphis lining up in a 4-2-3-1. You'll see the midfielders, Emerson Hindman's in there. Aaron Malloy, Jeremy Kelly, they'll rotate a little bit, but someone's always going to be up, and that's when they do commit numbers forward pretty heavily, and we've seen it on the transition. They leave themselves slightly exposed. Something Mark Briggs would have spoke about.
Really haven't seen any opponent play this, and here's a chance for Sacramento. Seen a lot of different formations this year, and Styles here's Villader just spraying it a bit wide, but always so dangerous from any spot in the field. Villader looking for goal number 3. So Republic with the best 2 chances of the game so far, neither able to find the back of the net behind Bill Hamid.
It's a really good look by Dami Villader, and you can see exactly what he's trying to do, bringing it with the right foot, just trying to swing it right inside that far post to Bill Hamid, and I think Hamid had that covered. Turnover here.
Archimed playing it out wide. Sosa trying to get there. Big swing and a foul as Malloy goes down, and just a miscommunication, I think, between players and what was trying to happen here. Russell Cicerone, company working in on that left side. Memphis able to drop numbers back. And this injury is brought to you by Saha Float Spa. And take another look at it, but these are the kind of chances you've got to make good on.
Very Sosa pulled up a little bit there. It wasn't a great ball given to him by Archimed.
Well, the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup around the corner. We're teaming up at Le 5 Rancho Cordova for a free watch party on Friday, July 21st. USA taking on Vietnam. Kick off the World Cup campaign. And join us back here at Hart Health Park Wednesday, July 26th, 6 o'clock. Catch USA versus Netherlands on the big screen ahead of the match versus the Phoenix Rising. Can the U.S. women's team do it again?
Yes, they can.
Yes, in the last few years we've seen, weirdly enough, where the men's team got kicked out of the Gold Cup early, women's team went on to win the whole thing at the World Cup. So hopefully a good sign, things to come. Here's a bit of pressure from Memphis, and this is where Sacramento's trying to break more lines. Cicerone, Malloy.
It's a few times now on this left-hand side where the Republic are attacking. A few players have slipped. Just something to keep an eye on.
The hot temperatures, triple digits. I think the field was definitely water to try to maintain the grass in good condition. It's interesting watching Malloy, how much he comes back, really a box-to-box guy in a sense for Memphis. He's so good at getting forward as well, creating chances. It's probably his most dangerous attribute, Adam, is watching him with those direct balls forward. He does so many good things, but that tends to be the most dangerous and where it's been successful for Memphis.
It's good having a deep line midfielder like Aaron Malloy who does look forward. It's not backwards, sideways all the time. He does look forward. He plays those penetrative passes, looking for those front men who are smart enough to make the runs. So can't give him too much time and space or he will punish you.
Kisiedu able to keep it in play for Memphis along the touchline. Settled down for both teams here. And as we've passed the 15-minute mark, it is now 15,000 minutes in the USL Championship for Connor Donovan.
Great job, Connor Donovan. Showing his consistency. He's been a brilliant signing for this Republic side. Came in, start last season, had a little injury. Once he got in, I mean, locked it down at the back. Not many goals have been given up since he's been in there.
You're right. I mean, Sacramento had 4 in the back. They wanted to have 3 center backs, but Mark felt like they didn't have really the personnel to do that. And as soon as Connor Donovan was healthy, they got him in there, everything switched, and the rest was history, and a big key to the Republic's US Open Cup run a year ago. Good bounce here for Memphis. Buckmaster doing a lot of work. He's got some MLS experience as well with the Red Bulls. It's a quality side in Memphis. You look at them recently, you think, well, this is not going to be a very good team. That is far from the truth.
It's one of those passes we spoke about from Malloy, facing forward.
Opportunity. He's going to go for goal instead. Maybe Kisiedu trying to spray one just across the face. Either way, easy enough for Danny Vidiello.
Got that one wrong. Just come off the the outside of his foot. There, Casiedu, right into the hands of Danny Vitiello, comfortable enough for him. Now Memphis just forcing Vitiello to kick that ball. They fancy their chances of winning the second one here, or it just running up. Just with only Luther Archmed up there, you would fancy your chances. 2 center backs against them. Your fullbacks there as well.
Sacramento Republic have teamed up with AARP to share the stories of individuals who are making a difference in the community. Now through July 31st, fans can nominate a community hero, whether it's someone who has volunteered or help a group in need or provide assistance for an individual organization. For more, visit sacrepublicfc.com. Cicerone trying to play it forward. Good defensive play and another nice tackle from LaGrassa. It comes right back to the 901. How about Malloy? League One, Madison FC. All first team honors, second in MVP voting, and then has really shown us work. 2 goals, 3 assists, and leading with chances created in the USL Championship now. Good build up here from Memphis. They're playing it forward. Cut down by Villader. Opportunity Fernando. And a Memphis player is still down, and so the call will come back for a free kick.
It was Buckmaster got brought down. Lee Desmond reaching for it. Yeah, and I think he did. He just caught him there. You know, maybe a slight bit of the ball, Lee Desmond, but a lot of the man. It's another opportunity for Malloy to whip in a dangerous cross. Memphis player got in the end of the last one. If you're Republic defenders, you got to get on that first one. Don't give them an opportunity inside the box. Can you get a good clearance on it? Can you stay alive for the second ball?
Irishman waiting for his teammates to get set. Good looking ball here. Well done by Archimed. Kisiedu out of the Ivory Coast. They'll recycle this opportunity. Bouncing around, good look. A little bit dangerous and nervy for Mark Briggs and the Republic. And Sacramento counter with a little bit of a break. Dami Villader is looking forward. Tell you what, Buckmaster's done a really nice job getting back. If you look at Sacramento, almost see if they can try to get Archimed forward and get in Rissel Cicerone in on the follow-up. Hasn't quite broken through yet. And Sebastian Herrera still dealing a little bit of knee issue after that collision with Jordan Farr, who came way out of his box, issued a straight red against San Antonio, a 3-1 victory. And hoping to have him back soon. A chance here for Luther Archimed, 2 goals on the season.
And he really did on that play, Sebastian Herrera. He put his body on the line, and he knew getting to that ball first against Jordan Farr, he was going to take a hit, and unfortunately it did result in an injury for him, and we haven't seen him since then. Hopefully get him back. He was really proving to be such a big player for this squad.
He's so good at hold-up play, good at his head on the ball. Both players coming together there, and LaGrassa last touch with Fernando, getting the benefit of the call. No score here after 20+ minutes. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffat with you on this Saturday night in July. We are midway through the season here, talking to Mark Briggs and asking sort of your overall sense of the club. And he said, you know what, we've maybe not had every single result we had hoped for. No offside. Oh, Fernando's back on. Here comes DaCosta. DaCosta gonna look to his left, so dangerous. Here, go to his right. Just sprayed it wide. Mark Briggs basically saying, you know, we're in really good position. We've had some adversity here, and we're at top of the Western Conference, so we've got to feel good about overall where we are.
Feeling great about where they are. He won't be feeling great about how close that was, though. He'll be thankful it went the other side of the post, Rodrigo DaCosta. And you think he's going to go with his left foot. He's very strong on his left. Cuts back, creates just a half yard of space on Lee Desmond, just drags it wide. Not enough purchase, but a little warning sign. The running behind initially, then the support. And again here, careless giveaway.
Too many turnovers early for Sacramento. Malloy, and it's parried away up and high, almost goes in. Vitiello, pressure coming from behind. But a big time chance taken by Memphis, and it nearly pays off. And Danny Vitiello doing all that he can to make sure that doesn't get behind him.
I don't think he was going to shoot here, Armalot. He was lining up. He might have been going to pass that, and then a little nudge from Lopez, and he knows he has to take a ping, and what a hit it was. A couple yards either side of Vitiello, and he's got no chance of stopping that one. Comes back off the crossbar, a little nervy.
First corner kick brought to you by Atlas Disposal. Kisiedu bounce up on him, stays clear. DaCosta just getting underneath Vitiello. Memphis has 4-1-2 on the season on the road, so they've been about as good on the road as they've been at home this year.
Ferry Sosa's in a ton of space on that right side if Nick Ross could find them.
And a whistle comes in, not sure.
It was the foul initially on Nick Ross as he got turned. Although I think the referee's playing advantage, but had he not played advantage just because he didn't make the pass, I don't, so if he would have made the pass, he would have continued. He could have made the pass. Favorable for the Republic, but at the same time, I think allowing him to try and make the pass was the advantage. He'll take it though, you're a Republic fan.
All right, well, a couple of guys maybe getting some warnings here. DaCosta and Lopez. Lopez put this up in space for Sosa, and the flag is up for offside. Finally, the whistle comes in. Sacramento, Arnold Lopez has been such a force and so critical in really changing momentum in the positive for Sacramento in times of need. And so far tonight, been a little bit quiet, but Sacramento's trying to play a little bit more direct, it seems like, Adam.
Not too much of the ball. You have to think a couple opportunities, but Memphis has had more of the ball, more possession. We've seen Malloy on it a lot, maybe more than Mark Briggs would like. When they do get the ball, they're trying to go a little bit too direct at times, just looking for that one option in behind for Archimed.
Fernando laying it off to Malloy. Lopez and Malloy coming together, and the foul is given to Memphis. And Arnold Lopez took a shot, and he is slow. We may see the training staff go out and take a look at number 29. Well, you're right, 60% of possession for Memphis so far. We'll take another look at this.
Just steps on him as the ball gets away. That's a foul, there's no question about it, and it gives probably the first chance to actually take a shot from Malloy. The others are positioned to deliver it. You get players in the box, but I think you've got two good options here. You get DaCosta with the left foot, who'd be looking kind of reverse that ball into the far corner, or Malloy getting up and down over that wall.
Ball struck, wow, and it hits the post. Oh my, Republic fans breathing a sigh of relief as 901 nearly get the first goal of the night.
What a strike by Armalloy. He is about 6 inches away from putting that right in the top corner and leaving Danny Vitiello with no chance. And that is a massive wake-up call for the Republic. You can't keep giving these free kicks away. They take better care of that ball.
A little pressure from Memphis, 901.
Good job, Arnold Lopez winning that second. And just again, it just goes long and it's just going to come back.
Hamid, way out of his box. Smith going to play this direct to Kisiedu. It's back to Ward.
Kisiedu just taking his eye off the ball. That still happens. You'll see that in the Premier League as well. Yeah. I never did it, but other players.
Yeah. Shane Wheat feeling a bit of pressure.
You see DaCosta just telling everyone, let's go for it. Let's apply some pressure. And if you do go yourself, you leave some space up the field. And once again, just a longer ball. Doesn't really go to anyone.
How about the streak Memphis had? They went 12 without a loss. They dropped their first 2 matches to start the year against Loudoun and Pittsburgh, and they went on to outscore their opponents 28-10 during that run, and came to an abrupt end. And back-to-back losses to Phoenix and San Antonio, now trying to find a win on the road here against Sacramento after drawing with Oakland on Wednesday. Fernando playing into some space, looking for Buckmaster. Buckmaster's cross comes in, and it's cleared and sent backwards, conceding a corner kick. It was Sosa, and it will be Memphis's second of the evening.
And that's something you see from the Republic, where it's the right back, Buckmaster, is the one who crossed it in. It was actually Akeem Ward at the back post. And it was a good piece of defending by Ferry Sosa, just puts it out. Good covering, but they will commit players. That's the right back crossing into the left back. And they only play 4 at the back as well, so they do have freedom to get into the attack.
Corner kick, in swinging ball here, crashing, bouncing around, hits the back of Vitiello. As Graham Smith was right there knocking on the door, ready to put it away.
And Luther Archmed is through if Vitiello can find him.
Still sprinting, ball will check up just a moment. And here's Archmed playing it to Cicerone. Cicerone's inside the box looking for a teammate. It's Nick Ross. Will peel away. Sosa. What a turn this would be.
And I think the chance was on to cross it with his right foot. Ferry Sosa, and I think that might lead us into a hydration break here. That's maybe where you miss Jack Kerr. You just get on his right and he'll deliver it. You know what's coming. I don't think there's any need for Ferry to bring it back, but it was a great, quick break by Luther Archmed. Danny Vitiello finding him.
So Sacramento, Memphis, scoreless through 30 minutes here, as these are 2 teams battling for one of the top positions in each of their divisions. And that gives us an opportunity to hear from our sponsor at SMUD.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates up to $3,500 from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more at cleanpowercity.org.
Triple digits, 106 today, 97 at kick at 8 o'clock, and that is the reason during the summer we've had these later kickoff times. There's been years though, and you sit here and you go, it's 72 degrees right now. What are we doing at 8 o'clock? But this is exactly why. It is just way too hot, 7:30 these days. Kind of a dry heat, but nonetheless, for Sacramento, they're the home side. They've got to come out with a little bit more energy. I think you've been surprised by Memphis. They've been the aggressors here in this first 30 minutes, Adam.
A lot of the ball. We've seen a few really good chances. Just DeCosta drug one past the post with his right foot. Malloy rattles the woodwork with that free kick. A couple warning signs for the Republic, and I think the energy levels do have to increase. And as a coach, you probably love a little hydration break like this. If you're Mark Briggs, gets the opportunity to get his players in, try and get them on the same page. A little reset of sorts. And we'll see if they come out with any little adjustments here as we restart. Bill Hamido will have the ball.
And you look at the lineup now because of some of the injury. This is not the Republic's top team in terms of offensive attack. More of a defensive-minded look. We do have some options on the bench, however, with Keko and Zico Lewis, and even Ezekiel Padilla. I mean, what a spark he has been coming in. And then defensively, you really look at guys like Johnny Fennick, who's been fantastic as of late. And so it's one of those moments, Adam, where I ask you, is this going to be good for Sacramento toward the end of the season, where you've got a lot of guys now getting minutes who weren't getting minutes just a couple of weeks ago?
I think it's a really good thing having players get confidence. It's a different story if they come in and the team aren't getting results.
Memphis, meanwhile, building the other way here. Playing it forward, looking for DeCosta. Matt LaGrassa is able to get there, and Villader will clean it up.
A better ball from Kisiedu would have
Look at this from Russell
opportunity.
Cicerone, oh my.
DeCosta would have had a great chance if Kisiedu could have found him there a little bit firmer with the pass into the box, and Cicerone almost breaking up the other end. But I think if the team aren't getting the results when they're coming in, then it might not do their confidence well, but they're not losing games. They're still top of the table, so I think it's beneficial for all those players.
Scoreless draw against the top club in the Eastern Conference against Pittsburgh a week ago. An unfortunate late draw with RGV as Republic pretty much had that game in the bag, and then somehow the referee gave 8 minutes at the end of the game. Everyone in the entire stadium with a collective, what? And unfortunately, pretty much toward the end of those few extra minutes, well, RGV is able to find a goal, and it tied it up 1-1. Here's Cicerone. Cicerone taken down. And Graham Smith comes charging in. Tell you what, you've seen from Graham Smith and this back line for Memphis. Even though they're getting numbers forward, they've done a really good job of getting back. And so can Sacramento start to find some of these gaps here to take advantage?
That was an initial foul by Jeremy Kelly. He fouls Cicerone first and then does get some of the ball, but it's definitely a foul. We saw early on Luther Archmed getting in behind, making those runs. Hasn't been the case. They've made a little adjustment at the back, Graham Smith and Peters.
Bagrassa playing it to Archmed, beautifully done. Peters comes over to defend. Takes a deflection off of Peters, will be a Republic corner kick. And the first Atlas disposal corner kick of the evening.
Archmed peeling off to the left. Lagrassa does a good job, and he actually stumbles over his feet a little bit and does well enough and comes off Peters in the end, and it is a corner kick and a chance for Dami Villader to find one of his fellow teammates here.
And this is where Mark Briggs wants to see some of his center backs get on the end of something. Will it be Wheat? Will it be Desmond? Maybe Connor Donovan? Villader lofting this back post. Cleaning it up, Lopez. Misstruck, and it's a goal kick now. Well, choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage. Check out their affordable plans. They've been helping keep the community strong for more than 25 years. Go online, westernhealth.com. Played forward, Kisiedu and company. Memphis threatening here. Cutting back, De Costa waiting for it in some space. They'll allow for a couple of teammates to get in to the Republic half of the field here as Buckmaster. Fernando, De Costa, opportunity, and it's saved by Danny Vidiello as Hyman, with a good looking strike in Memphis so far, has had the better looks tonight, but it remains scoreless 36 minutes in.
He caught it really well. Emerson Hyman, similar to Malloy earlier, catches it well, but unfortunately it just goes straight at Danny Vidiello. A yard or two either side, and they're really going to be challenging the leader for the Golden Glove. But the initial play started, Akeem Ward combining with Kisiedu on that left-hand side, and it's a little too easy getting into the final third.
Because such a good dribbler, very much reminiscent to me of a player like Keko. Very good on the ball, able to create space, create his own opportunities at times.
There's an interesting swap for Memphis. You know, we saw Philip Goodrum go to Tulsa. De Costa obviously coming here, both really important players, but
I agree.
Goodrum 20+ goals last season, so it's tough to replace that, but they obviously saw enough in De Costa, and we know just how much quality he has.
De Costa's been a guy to keep an eye on. I mean, he is just so crafty, and maybe fits the style of what Stephen Glass is trying to do here in Memphis. Wheat, nicely done, Lopez. Lopez putting Malloy on his feet, and Lopez is brought down from behind by Kisiedu. Crowd wants a booking. I don't know if we'll see one. We do. First of the night.
No complaints by Kisiedu. Lopez is just about to release this. He was actually going to go to Cicerone on this left-hand side, and just clips his back heel, and that gets you a yellow card.
Probably a really good foul as Sacramento had numbers flying forward. Republic with the 2 better looks to get the game going, but Memphis as of late. And now the crowd getting into it, stomping their feet on the metal bleachers here at Hard Health Park.
We're looking for here, Nick Ross it's a really tough angle, but looking to float one up. It's typically that second ball. You want someone to head that ball back across and have the runners coming in. Just got to give them a chance.
Floats it up over the top, looking for Connor Donovan. No! Just over the crossbar. Golden chance again for Sacramento. Love the play call, a lot of height, a lot of opportunity, and unfortunate not to see it go.
It's a brilliant delivery by Nick Ross. You just say, give them a chance, give your defenders a chance, and he gives more than a chance to Connor Donovan, and he really should be testing Bill Hamid there.
I think it's a little bit lower. I think Hamid's probably getting it. Well defended by one of the better MLS goalkeepers of the last 15 years.
And that's an area they probably do have to improve on. They haven't been able to get that killer touch from these set pieces. But that's an opportunity right there. That's one they should really convert, and Donovan will be kicking himself that he hasn't.
Memphis moving forward. Hindman's in the space, as is Fernando. Played it away, but there is Lee Desmond to make a stop just off the line. Saving a goal, good defending by Domi. Memphis 901, unlucky I should say, not to get one there. Sosa playing it forward, waiting on side.
And Nick Ross in a ton of space on that right-hand side, and the wrong decision by Ferry Sosa.
Crystal Creamery, been building strong bones and bodies with the freshest dairy from the Central Valley since 1901. Taking pride in delivering dairy you can trust. Grab a glass and taste how fresh local can be. Vidiello coming all the way out to make a stop.
And that was Aaron Malloy. He'll had a little giggle at that. I've done that several times. He was actually shooting right there, and he was trying to get a little fade on that. Danny Vitiello was off his line, got that wrong. I'm sure his teammates will let him know about that after the game.
So we talked about Connor Donovan making quite a few appearances, leading him to 15,000 minutes in the 15-minute mark earlier tonight. Well, how about this? Matt LaGrassa, it's his 150th USL appearance in his career. He's doing it here at home.
Doing it here at home. His home team. Good for him. And he had a really strong week last week. Hadn't seen him in a few games, but came in and he was solid in the midfield.
Ross trying to turn the corner, and Kelly was able to turn him away. Flag stays down on Kisiedu. And now here's Fernando, lets it go through DaCosta. DaCosta will take a strike, try to curl this one. And I think he's upset there. I think almost a little too cute. He probably could have just taken a hard-driven ball and given himself a look.
And Connor Donovan was the one asking for offside. He was the one keeping him onside.
Memphis with 31 goals on the season. Sacramento with 30. A couple of the top teams in the USL Championship. Sacramento's just been a little bit better defensively. Climbing over the back of Cicerone. No whistle there as Russell will get a little extra expert. Hamid sending this one forward. Connor Donovan. See if Sacramento can hold possession a little bit longer here. Spiadair gets the bounce. And Kelly, again, Kelly and Malloy really having a good evening. And that will be a throw for Sacramento. Right on the heels, the Republic are San Antonio, who are off this week, but did play on Wednesday and got the win. They are also at 34 points, but do have a game in hand. So if Sacramento can pick pick up points here tonight, they would remain atop of the Western Conference. We talked not only about the absence of Jacker and what that means in attack-wise, also look at chances created. I mean, he's right there in the top 15 in the league, 36 chances created on the season, and still in top 15, and he hasn't played now in 2 consecutive weeks. So here's a guy that has been so critical to Sacramento getting scoring opportunities. And Sosa has typically come in the game for him a defensive-minded look when trying to maybe hold a lead late. He's being asked to do a little bit more on that right side tonight.
The movement of Rodrigo DaCosta, he's not a typical striker. He moves around a lot and he's kind of floating, which then allows some of these deeper midfielders to get in behind. Back three of Sacramento having a little bit of a tricky time keeping an eye on where he's moving to and who has him.
We typically haven't seen that this year, really, with guys interchanging as much as maybe we've seen direct play. We've seen some big strikers with size or smaller guys with pace, but you're right, really the interchanging that's happening with Memphis right now is causing maybe a little bit of fits for back line of Sacramento. A warm evening in Northern California. I'm sweating just sitting up here, Adam. I can only imagine playing in the heat. As much as you want to say you're going to give it all, it's probably easier to play in 70 degrees than 95, I'd assume.
It is tough. It's tough. It always the same for both sides, but it is definitely tough. Not really test your mental fortitude.
And that's why they do have the hydration breaks, making sure that guys are good to go. 4 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half of play between Memphis and Sacramento, scoreless. Today each side with some looks. Probably the best by Malloy, who kissed that post on a set piece. Other than that, we haven't seen much from either side. You're going against two top goalkeepers, Danny Vidiello and Bill Hamid. State Fair going on just behind us here at Hart Health Park. Since the addition of the stands at the north end, you no longer get to see the midway as much as you used to, but still a little bit in the corners. Monorail comes through every once in a while, get fans, those attending the State Fair, getting a little sneak peek.
See if one of those people in the monorail can pass me a nice cold drink as they're passing by up in ice.
Ice cold lemonade maybe for you. Kissiedu not able to keep it, but it'll fall to the right side here.
And some funnel cake.
Funnel cake. Corn dog would be nice. Played through. Good look here for Fernando. Cross coming. Back to Kissiedu. Saved by Danny Vidiello. Not enough purchase on it. And an easy enough save for Danny Vidiello.
You saw what he's trying to do, Kissiedu. He's trying to pass it into that far corner. Ball's just right under his feet. Just can't get enough power. And again, the clearance just falls right to him. Just not enough on it. Danny Vidiello threw bodies down to his right. Comfortable in the end. Just another warning sign. You get 2 minutes here until halftime, and I think Republic will be happy to get in at 0-0 the way this half has gone. The referee's just asking Villadere to go 4 steps further back.
Sacramento maybe get a final look here. Good ball from Cicerone. Play to the right side to Sosa. Memphis has got players back, but here's Archimed. Lets it go through and nearly finds the net anyway. Hamid came out to stop Archimed. And that ball took a wicked bounce and just curled away from the post.
Yeah, I don't think he touches the ball. He's got to get something on that, and he gets nothing on it, Luther Archimede. What a great ball by Ferry Sosa, and I don't know, just having a little look at the striker put him off there, Luther Archimede, but got to be brave. And that is two wonderful opportunities from headers. Connor Donovan had one. Archimede should have made it 1-0 right at the half there. That ball stayed in, it's still in.
Cicerone playing along the touchline. Cicerone's going to play the cross to Sosa. Sosa, heavy touch. I think you almost got to take that off the bounce, Adam.
It's a tough one. It skips in front of him, Ferry Sosa, and it's just not a position he's used to being in. He's a defender. He's a little higher up the field. Probably a little nervous, I'd imagine, but it was a great run to the back post. Touch gets away from him, keeps it alive though, corner kick. This will be the last chance of the half.
And Sacramento put one on the board here in the final moments of the first half. Ball whipped in, cleared by Memphis, bounces back to Sosa. There is the whistle. And we will go to the locker room. A hot, steamy one in Northern California. And Sacramento and Memphis each with quality looks. Neither side able to get one past. And so we will go to the break. And a scoreless draw, 45 minutes into this one. Full halftime show coming up. We'll go around the league. We'll have your highlights to date. And we'll continue here from Northern California State Fair. It's hot. Doesn't matter. We got a great soccer match. Two of the best going head to head in Sacramento. More to come.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex. Plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big when you switch from this to this. This to this. Or this to that. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more at cleanpowercity.org.
This halftime presentation is brought to you in part by Modelo, by Red Hawk Resort Casino, and by SMUD. Well, fresh off the swings there at the midway, Adam Moffett, welcome back, doing the game there from,
fun.
Swirling around. I know you're not so dizzy.
Bit, but yeah, no, I'm good to go.
And I appreciate the trust you had in those, make sure those cables were secure.
Safety first.
Safety first. Real quick, your thoughts on that first 45?
I think it was entertaining. Chances for both sides. Memphis really came with more energy than I thought they might have, having a midweek game. I think the Republic can increase that in the second half.
All right, we got a lot to get to, but how about this? Connor Donovan taking a ride up to Beale Air Force Base as it's part of our Salute to Service night here at Hart Health Park.
Today we are at Ease Brewing Company, an amazing partner of Sac Republic, started by an Army veteran. We're packing 150 military care packages with Operation Care and Comfort, fans, Delta Dental, just some amazing volunteers out in the community. These are just supplies that go to military members, you know, to remind them a little bit of home, send some gifts, things like decks of cards and stuff means a lot. We often forget about how safe we are because of military members who are stationed overseas. For us, just to do something like this is a little token of our appreciation, and just a little message of, hey, we're thinking about you and we're wishing you well until you get back home safely. It's the least we can do. So today we are at Beale Air Force Base, Republic FC front office, Connor Donovan, out here checking out just why this base exists and all of the incredible programs that they run through it. They kind of give us a behind the scenes look at some of their EOD programs. Yours truly got to put on a bomb suit.
How you feel?
This is feel tough? Yeah. I think it's super important for us to, you know, learn about why this Air Force Base exists to keep not only our local community safe, but the nation safe as well.
12 gauge on that one as well. All the cameras are super high definition.
For us to show, you know, our appreciation for them is the least we could do.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffett with you here on the State Fair night. There is no way you're getting me on that ride. Zero chance. I'm not barfing all in that cage with you, my friend.
I'll do it. I'll eat a funnel cake first.
Okay.
Frozen lemonade, whatever you want.
And the lamb leg is what you should probably eat right before.
Get me one of those.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, especially if you're a vegetarian. Then just go straight to, I'm sure your stomach will be fine, right? So, hey, let's go around the league, shall we? I know we ran on the State Fair, but how about the news and notes? And very excited. Opportunity, bracket challenge. Women's World Cup. U.S. women.
US
Come
win,
on.
just get that one. So you start from the end and work your way back.
Okay.
So that's it. U.S. wins, and
Yeah,
then
you got to figure out. And that's where it gets tricky, because, I mean, did you follow Vietnam and how they did in the, I don't know, quarterfinals qualification?
You can find out whatever you need to find out.
Well, congratulations. How about USL continue to expand? They're going to be heading to Arkansas. And if you haven't been to Arkansas, beautiful place, actually. Very beautiful.
I thought it was Arkansas. It's,
Well, there's that.
No, Arkansas. Great for seeing the league grow in places that we haven't seen.
You're a foreigner. I could get away with that, all right. And then the USL on ESPN2, Colorado Springs, Tulsa. Yeah, Switchbacks. It's feast or family. They look really good, or man, they just.
Or they'll lose 5-0 at home.
I know. It's just really tough to know what you're going to get. San Diego with a massive win over their Switchbacks.
They are the Switchbacks, right?
That's right. You go back and forth, back
Yeah.
and forth. He's full of it tonight. Well, here are our standings going into this one. Republic, lockstep with San Antonio, 34 points. But do have a game in hand. Let's see how tonight, if they can get a point, obviously they'll retain the top spot. El Paso, though, just keeps hanging in there, don't they?
Yeah, they got a goal 88th minute tonight to tie it at home. They're thinking they're losing RGV, but they kept it alive. They kept it alive, and it's getting interesting. Orange County getting a great victory as well today. It is from number 11 all the way up there. It's really tight.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a very interesting final half of the season for the USL Championship. Well, here's the USL on ESPN. And coming up on August 16th, San Antonio, RGV, that'll be a big one. Detroit, Las Vegas. And then San Diego and New Mexico, that could have some real implications about how New Mexico is ultimately going to end up this season. They're right there on the bubble, and whether or not they can find themselves in the postseason. Started off pretty well, have kind of dropped, been back and forth, and we know it's going to be a fight for the entire Western Conference the rest of the way, halfway through the season. These are very critical games. Sometimes I know it doesn't feel like it, Adam, but I know for you guys and some of the players, these wins can really mean a lot 2 months from now. We'll have your highlights, your stats coming up, and then guess what? Second half's about to get underway. Scoreless in Sacramento between the 901 and Republic.
Listen up. Why do you do it? You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there. Right next to your speeding car. My mom is out there. That's my dad's truck. That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them. And be alert. How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert. Be work zone alert.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
So how about we... And welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulty there, but you saw some of the highlights, Adam. No score from either side, but both teams with quality looks.
Really close, both sides. DaCosta just pulled it past the post, and then that one at the end. Luther Archimed, you got to think, just gets a little something on that, and Republic will be delighted, would have been delighted going into the half 1-0. But it's 0-0, all to play for this second half. It's cooled down a little bit. Was there like 95 or something now?
It feels like there's just no breeze tonight. The flags at the south end typically start to kick up midway through, and not tonight. They are staying dead still, and it is a little bit humid feeling up here tonight. It's a warm one, but both these teams looking to find a way to get to 3 points. This is a crucial matchup. Big Sacramento opportunity here to gain some space in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, for Memphis, a way to move up. And so checking to watch, resetting, Thompson, ready to get the second half going here. It will be the Republic heading to the south end. It will be this Memphis 901 team headed back to the Northway, into the Tower Bridge Battalion and toward the State Fair. No changes for Sacramento, nor for Memphis. Both coaches feeling like guys out there doing enough, but what kind of changes will we see on a hot night? I'd imagine both coaches will be using all their substitutes. Lee Desmond playing it for LaGrassa. What do you want to see from Sacramento here in this first 10 minutes, maybe to set a tone?
A little more intensity, a little more energy with the ball, maybe keeping it a little bit more. Tried to look for Archimed over the top a lot in that first half, and we can see already, move the ball around, move Memphis around, wait for the right time. Too many times just forcing it in that first half, and that's a good look there.
Oh, a collision. Archimed and Hamid coming shoulder to shoulder. Nothing. Hamid holding that right shoulder. I can't believe not even a whistle at him. Just both players going for it at the same time. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, I think Bel Hamid, both big fellas, but I think Bel Hamid would have won that battle, but he's shaking that shoulder a little bit.
This will bounce back to VDL, a little dangerous, as Kisiedu was right just outside of the 18. Sosa will send it back, and the possession really favoring Memphis, nearly 60% in the first half of play. Mark Briggs talked about maybe opportunities to keep possession longer in certain times in games. This might be one of them here as Connor Donovan dribbling up. Nick Ross, quick touch, Russell Cicerone, gonna spring somebody forward. It's gonna be Sosa. Will Sosa cross this one in, waiting for a teammate? Will loft it back post. Opportunity, Dami Villadair was there. Still a bit dangerous, nearly found a way in. And a hard challenge, Luther Archimed's gonna be booked here. Adam, that ball looked like it may have crossed the line, and Archimed receives the second yellow of the game.
That was very interesting as the ball just looked off the head of Buckmaster, I believe it was, and it came off the outside of the post, hit Akeem Ward, and then Archimed slides in and gets the yellow card.
So quite close from our vantage point. You can see it there, okay, as Sacramento nearly get one.
And it was good play initially to find Ferry Sosa down that right-hand side, and he's crossed it in. Maybe can whip it in a little bit quicker. Just lets the back line get closer to the goal. Sometimes when you go quick, there's that space in between the goalkeeper and the back line, and you have your forwards facing the goal. And just by taking a little bit longer, it just allows them to get set. Tougher to find a free man at that point, but the ball out wide by Cicerone was fantastic. Nick Ross involved in that play as well.
Memphis had their best season in 2022. Second place in the East, 28-5. 28-8-5, I should say. And lost the semis to Tampa. And then Stephen Glass coming in as the coach of the year, heading over to Charleston. And a good chance here, building up. Hind, it's Dave, and it's deflected in. It's Hindman who's able to find the net, getting past Danny Vitiello. And the celebration for Memphis 901 as they break through in the 49th minute.
And Danny Vitiello won't be happy at that one. Just snuck right underneath him. But it just comes from the initial, the long ball, just not dealt with. Caicedo gets it, and as he gets turned, DaCosta knows where he's going, plays it perfectly, weighted to Emerson Hyndman, who probably himself isn't too happy where the shot initially went, but it just sneaks through the legs of Vitiello. Right under the arms, actually, and that is a tough break. I haven't seen too much of that from him this year, and that's one he'll want back. And it was a positive start to the second half for the Republic, but now they find themselves down a goal. What can the response be?
Hyndman with his second goal of the 2023 campaign, and it comes from Rodrigo DaCosta. And Memphis on the road has a goal, and that's the kind of change they wanted to see after a rough couple of weeks. And now, how will they approach the rest of the game at 50 minutes in on a very warm evening? And ball's played out, a throw opportunity. Sacramento's got to start to capitalize on some of these chances they've been getting. Nick Ross. Nick Ross is going to serve this ball in. Here's an opportunity, big chance for Russell. Cicerone, who was waiting there, and then Dami Villader trying to put the finishing touch on it. And now the counter. Here comes the 901. Malloy. 901 playing it forward. Hyndman again, finding a chance to the right side inside the box this time, moving in the right direction, but not able to get through. And now Sacramento with a look going the other way. And with this couple of former Republic players in the attendance tonight, we have Tyler Blackwood, and I believe that's Chris Christensen now.
Yeah, Chris Christian there. Myself right next
Yourself?
to you.
Yeah, sorry,
to mention that one,
all
but
right, yeah. You're here every night, so it's not as special anymore.
I've lost its luster. Just going back a couple minutes, Nick Ross played a fantastic cross from this right-hand side. Just begging for someone to get in between, and that's the ball I was speaking about, between the defender and the goalkeeper. Bill Hamid doesn't know whether to come or go for it.
Kelly moving forward, picked clean by Sosa. Sacramento now, can they build something? Republic fans are hoping for it. Lopez in support, Cicerone on the other side, and Archimed has it deflected off of Jelani Peters. And at what point does Mark Briggs maybe look to the bench here as we try to find an equalizing goal? And you have guys like Zico Lewis, Keko on the bench, maybe Aler Sanchez.
And Zeke Padilla, don't forget, last time he was here, the energy he brought. Youngster, doesn't have too much experience.
16-year-old made his debut against RGV, and he really looked good.
He just showed great hunger to get on the ball, drive at people, make them commit fouls, and something you, maybe as a youngster, you don't care too much. You just go out and just do what you're used to doing, and it was kind of refreshing to see.
Brought down a couple of times, and it was one of those moments you just felt like he was being targeted. Meanwhile, Sacramento on the other end, Villader. Off to Cicerone, crossing this ball in, just getting somebody on the end of it would serve Republic well. Good play here. Matt LaGrassa coming all the way back, but staying on his feet is DaCosta and company, and now Caicedo will cross in front. And that goal, well, getting behind Vitiello, just the 11th all season, past Danny Vitiello. Join us back here at Hart Health Park, Wednesday, July 26th, 6 o'clock. Catch the USA versus Netherlands on the big screen, and then Phoenix as a foul in the open field. Kickoff is 8 o'clock as Archimed and Peters come together.
As that ball's released, Archimed's just trying to get on the shoulder of Peters. Just a little coming together of the legs, a little tangled up. Foul called on Luther.
Emerson Hyndman in the 49th minute from Rodrigo de Costa is what separates 901 and the Republic. Republic have been really good at home this year. Just losing to Monterey Bay. Other than that, 7 wins and 2 draws. I don't know, that was a bit close, Adam.
It was really tight. Tough to see from here, but it was a brilliant ball by Connor Donovan. Sending that all the way over Dami Villadair. It's frustrating as soon as he gets the touch on it. You see the flag going up. And if you're Memphis, you're here, you're 1-0 up, 55th minute. You want to just keep that ball. You want to slow down this game as much as possible.
Team Ward. Well, Republic won't be around Sacramento very much in the month of August, but the one game they will be here is going to be a big one. Hughes Stadium, August 26th, celebrating 10-year anniversary. And here is why you should be there.
We knew it was going to be a big crowd. We never had an idea that it was going to be sold out, 20,000 plus. Coming back to this stadium is definitely going to be special for me, and I know for my teammates as well.
Corner kick for Sacramento here. Can they find an equalizer? Nick Ross will give it a go. 2 opportunities on headers. Sacramento could not convert. And a lone goal to Memphis.
The counter's on here. You get 3-on-3.
Fernando flying along the left flank. Wheat looking to get back. Cutting it back. Kisiedu, good defending there by
great
Benzani.
challenge by Sosa, and good recovery. Lots of players back, but now you have no one forward. So just keep that ball, let players get reset.
Cicerone. And colliding with Akeem Ward. Matt Thompson pushing Nick Ross a few steps backward. Hyndman to the 49th. It's interesting, Adam, when you think about what potentially could be the USL Championship Cup final. It could be these two. Arnold Lopez playing it forward to Archimed. Archimed 1v1 here. Archimed, it's defended away.
He wasn't even shooting. He was not shooting the ball, Luther Archimed. No idea why he's not shooting. Maybe confidence missing that one, but as a striker, you got to be selfish. And you'll see here, instead of going to shoot the ball, he tries to cut it across, and it's blocked.
I mean, he gets it through. Cicerone's probably got to tap in, but either way, go for it.
You got to shoot the ball there. There's just the wrong decision.
The crowd's feeling it. Can Sacramento make good of this opportunity? Another Alice disposal corner kick. Lofted, back post, nobody home for the Republic. It'll come to Dami Villadair. Villadair circling this one right back in. Akeem Ward able to get ahead to it. And now the counter. Memphis not able to spring. Nick Ross will try to cross this in one more time. Hyndman takes a deflection, and it will be another corner kick for Sacramento.
And hopefully they can get something off these. Republic keeping the ball alive. Nick Ross's delivery's been really good. And what a great chance for Luther Archimed. Just going back to it. It was a careless giveaway by Malloy in the middle. Arnold Lopez does the right thing, slides him through. And if he's full of confidence, Archimed, he would shoot that. But sometimes given a little bit too much time, too much space, you second guess yourself. And
we've seen some fantastic goals by Archimed in his past. This one's a low opportunity, and Archimed trying to flick it on. But you've seen great looks, and Archimed has all the talent in the world. And you're right, sometimes it just comes down to, can you put it away? Don't make it more complicated. And Sacramento is going to go to their bench. Changes are coming as Mark Briggs look to find an equalizer, maybe more. Headed back to Vitiello. Nick Ross staying up on his feet. Malloy. Good strength, good show. Cicerone, and a good tackle coming from Graham Smith.
Luther has to be careful. He's got to be careful. He pulls him back. And he has a yellow. It's not worth a yellow, but you keep committing fouls. He
may not be in for much longer. Looks like Mark Briggs is going to maybe go to his bench here. And a couple of changes to be made, maybe 3 for Republic. Republic have got to find a different look. They just have not found success so far tonight. And now we're in. Republic have had 2 good looks on headers, an early Cicerone chance. Seemed just a bit of swarm defending and collapsing by Memphis. And it has led to good looks and opportunities. They've looked like the stronger team tonight. There's no doubt about it. Looking for a cross here, maybe adding another one. Cicerone, and it's poked through by Hyndman, who has the game's lone goal.
So Mark Briggs is preparing a triple substitute. Shin.
And it looks like you're going to see Keko, Zico, and Timmer into this match. And Timmer might be coming in even in a right back position.
We saw that last week. Jared filling in at that right wing back spot. And plenty of time for the substitutes to have an impact. You've got probably with stoppage time, you're looking at least 30 minutes. So that is your role as a substitute, is to have an impact, to change the way the game's going. And if these players you're losing, that's a careless one right there by Graham Smith.
Well, that's what has doomed Memphis in matches this year, is really the mistakes, and teams have been able to pounce on it. Can the Republic take advantage now?
It is crazy to think, though, that this team gave up 10 goals without scoring any in 2 games only 2 weeks ago. You just don't see that from what we've seen tonight and the quality they have.
Some veterans in this league and well-coached team. You see Memphis sitting back a little bit. They're not pressuring as high. But they would love to get one more, as Lopez drawing the foul just outside the circle. And here comes the changes. So it'll be Keko in for Luther Archimed. And Matt LaGrassa out, so adding some more offense with Zico Lewis at an opportunity. This one's floated high. Archimed getting to it. Bill Hamid stepping outside the 6.
And this game is going to open up a little bit as we head into the final 30.
And with the substitutions coming in, it may be a really good opportunity for Sacramento to find a goal or 2. Dami Villader. It'll keep possession. LaGrassa's up top. He'll come out in a moment. Floating this over the top, looking for Nick, and the foul.
His offside was a call on Nick Ross.
He felt like he was being held.
Yeah, it did, but initially offside, so.
Well, and Lee Desmond's going to come out, so Shane Wheat will probably flip over the left side. Jared Timmer will go to the right. Now, with some of the injuries Lee Desmond has dealt with, they're going to keep him on some minute restrictions here, and that's the reason why number 4 is coming out of this game. And again, this is the Sacramento side, still without Herrera, still without Luis Felipe, not to mention Jacker on that right side, and of course, Rodrigo Lopez. So there are the substitutions. Keko, Zico. What do you want to see from them now that they're paired up with Russell Cicerone? That is a lot of opportunity to find some goals.
Definitely a different look from Luther in terms of they don't have that height, they don't have the strength, this pace in behind. What they're really good at is getting on the ball, driving at players, making things happen. Now Russell Cicerone is going to be spearheading the attack, so he'll be the man making those runs in behind. Got to hold it up when he can. But if you're Keko and Zico, have an impact.
Keko with 2 goals. One of them a PK against Lewis City, but he has had one of the better goals of the championship season as well. DaCosta getting through. DaCosta! Out comes Vidiello in the 6. It's still loose. And Rodrigo DaCosta was charging in, and it just felt like that was going to be number 2 for Memphis, and Sacramento very lucky it is not 2-0.
For someone who's not blessed with blistering pace, he times his run so well. So how many times have you seen him in behind? He just knows where to go when the ball's released, where to be. Defenders did just enough not to allow him to get enough purchase on that final shot.
Villader, Keko stamping in front. Comes back to Ross. Cicerone will come to it. Cicerone might go for goal here. It's Hamid. Easy enough. But we've seen Cicerone do that a few times this year. Doesn't catch Hamid sleeping.
That was the timing of the run right in behind Jared Timmer by DaCosta. Donovan gets across, does enough. And then up the other end, Russell Cicerone. Why not? Why not test Bill Hamid?
It's amazing to think Hamid made his debut at MLS at the age of 19 against versus Sporting KC back in 2010.
And that was the first shot on target for the Republic, which is crazy to think about the positions they've got themselves into. That's the first save Bill Hamid's had to make all night.
Sosa. You've got 3 quality strikers in there. You can hear from Keko and front line guy and say, just find us. I don't think you need to put it in space anymore. Archimed's no longer in the game. You've got to find a different look here. It hadn't worked. 60+ minutes. Especially with the dribbling ability of Keko and Zico Lewis. And we've seen what Zico can do in the middle of the park. He's fantastic at finding angles and getting guys on the end of it. He's in there now to make a difference.
You see the press right now. Russell's leading it. And if you're Memphis, can you beat it? Get someone to hold it up, and this is where it gets open. There's so much space on that far side for DaCosta.
Dami Villader's got to get back. Charging in, Memphis just missed it. DaCosta with a rare miss in Sacramento again, lucky to keep this game 1-0.
I am surprised that's not 2-0. That was a really, really good chance for him. He's got a wand of a left foot and just puts that a couple feet wide of the post.
Zico does a nice job to keep it through. Now Russell Cicerone will switch the field to Keko. Back line is back. Keko will go for goal, but it's just a easy skip into the arms of Bill Hamid. You're starting to see, you talked about being open up, and while Republic are given chance the other way, they've got to find a way on this side. And if they slow play here, it gives us a chance to hear from the offensive traffic safety.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Sacramento finds some magic here late in the second half. They're down a goal. Emerson Heineman with a 49th minute strike from DaCosta. Rodrigo's third assist on the year. Zico Lewis dribbling out of pressure, done a nice job getting right back up off his feet, trying to keep things going. Sosa, Cicerone's on the right side, playing advantage. Cicerone will cut to his left. Russell may take it himself. Russell will continue the run as it peels away. He's trying to take the Republic on his shoulders and carry them to at least a point.
We might see Jeremy Kelly get a little yellow card here when the play stops. Intentional handball when Nick Ross was on the ground with him.
Kecko and company still moving. Sosa, right side. Serving this ball in, goes through. Chance here for Sacramento. Cutting back is Dami. Villader letting it go through. Zico takes a heavy bounce. Republic threatening here. Timmer coming up, playing some defense. Love it. Gotta like it if you're Mark Briggs. Here's Kecko serving this ball in, sent away by Hamid. What a stopper. Republic are slamming on the door, trying to break through. Zico takes the deflection and Hamid will find it. What a possession for Sacramento, the best of the night by far.
Keep it up. If you're Mark Briggs, he's urging his players, keep this up. There's 20 minutes left in the game. Good, Jelani Peters is down. It's gonna take as much time as he needs. Obviously, it's the right play. If you're Memphis, you want to slow down. You feel that momentum coming. The home fans are going to get behind the team as well. So it's be an opportunity just to get a little drink of water.
Stoppage brought to you by Saha Float Spa. Good chance to remind you that the Apex is now open. Red Hawk Resort and Casino, go-karts, bowling, games, and more. Red Hawk Resort and Casino, the official casino partner of Sacramento Republic FC. All right, so how do you replicate?
I was sorry, I got it. I was there last week and with some friends, and I won the go-karting, so I just wanted to
I'll
put that out there.
I'll double
Set
check.
Course records.
Yeah, I'll double check. We'll get back to you next game.
I did.
It's easy to say, harder to prove.
I pictures. I was on the podium afterwards. I was on there.
Did you get the flowers?
The champagne, everything.
Yeah.
It works. Great place though. If you haven't done so, check it out. If you're in the area. If you're in Memphis, I don't know if you want to come all the way out here for that, but
might be worth your trip. I don't know.
Well, it is. It's good.
You don't know what kind of go-kart options they have in Memphis. Memphis, fun place though. Love Beale Street. You got to be ready to turn it up a little bit. Great crowds there, very much like Sacramento, big NBA city as well. And they support their Memphis 901. Faraday Sosa, he's looking for Russell. Cicerone's going to come back to it, and good header there again by Buckmaster, who's played really well on the right side tonight. Moving through, Heineman into the attack here, plays to the right side. Kisiedu with a strong strike, saved by Vidiello.
And there's still big gaps.
Republic player down, but Zico and Russell and company will continue to move forward.
Dami Villader is a player who went down, and I don't think it's cramp. You just
might be Aldair Sanchez into this game either way.
Collapsed in a little heap there, Dami Villader, and that's never good when you. It was a save by Danny Vitiello, parries that away to safety. And Dami dribbles it away and it just landed awkwardly. And I think that might be the end of his night as Aldair Sanchez gets ready to come into the game. Straight swap.
Fourth save of the evening for Danny Vitiello. Well, Elk Grove Charter School, we believe nobody succeeds alone. Come see what a flexible education can do for your student. Now accepting applications 2023-24 school year. And I'll tell you what, Dami Villader does not look good coming off the pitch here.
That's not a good sight when you're struggling to put any weight on that, and it's those little innocuous little steps, and all of a sudden something gives way, and hopefully that is not much for Dami Villader.
And you hope it maybe just a cramp or something, right? I mean, that's with this heat. There's a hopefully it's not more than that. Republic have already been dealing with a slew of injuries here, and this is not a good sign. Aldair Sanchez will come to this game. That will leave Republic with one more change they can make.
And just as he releases this ball, just look at that step he takes and just checks up.
So Emerson Heineman, 49th minute from DaCosta, and that is the lone goal here in Sacramento. That's the one thing we've seen here. Teams that come against this Republic team in Northern California, you're not going to get probably more than one, so you've got to make the best of it. Now Memphis has got to be charged here in the last 15 minutes or 20 maybe most. See if they can hold on defensively. Meanwhile, Sacramento, we've seen much better looks since the substitution of Zico, Lewis, and Keko.
Slow down a little bit. This will play into the hands of Memphis, but the Republic get the chance to regroup. Aldair Sanchez does come into the game for Villader. Dami getting that left knee of his checked out.
Aldair Sanchez, another youngster for Sacramento, has come in during the preseason and proven his worth. And turning 21 earlier this month. 1 assist on the year. And this is a kid we saw a little bit of playing for clubs up in the Northwest, Portland Timbers Academy. And, you know, he came in really proving himself and had some starts with Dami out. And now he gets a chance here to maybe make a difference. This is his 16th appearance now on the season. DaCosta. Here's Keko.
See the amount of bodies behind the ball for Memphis. 9:01. 15 minutes left in this game. They do not want to relinquish this lead. They've come to Northern California. They went to Oakland. They got a point midweek. If they can come out of Sacramento with 3 points, four points from a California trip, absolutely delighted with that.
Very successful trip. But Sacramento, meanwhile, trying to find a way. Had good looks tonight, just not unable to put it away yet. 2 changes coming for Stephen Glass's side. Memphis screaming for handball. Meanwhile, Jared Timmer dribbling up into the attack. Zico Lewis, quick touch to Sosa. And here comes the changes. So Rashawn Dolly in for Rodrigo DaCosta, who has the assist tonight. And Leston Paul also into the match. Will come in for Emerson Heineman, who has the lone goal. So the 2 guys in on a scoring play for Memphis. 9:01 coming out of this match. And they'll take their time as they trickle off the pitch. Sacramento felt some momentum there. Peters goes down, maybe changes it. I mean, well done by Memphis here to sort of just slow the game down and really take any kind of bite that Sacramento was starting to take on this one.
If you're Connor Donovan, Nick Ross out there, if you just remind the referee, add it on at the end. We saw 8 minutes a couple of weeks ago. He mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. We're hoping for something close to that tonight.
Cost Republic dearly in that game. A late goal by the Rio Grande Valley to tie it. 97th minute. Cicerone back to Sosa. Memphis sitting back is going to be a little bit harder for Republic to break through, so they're going to have to find the gaps and pounce on mistakes, just like this one here. But Peters able to send it forward. Fidiello couple of tricky bounces able to get there as Dolly's there. Breaking lines, this is where it can happen. Cicerone. Memphis able to get back quickly. Sosa, Zico, Lewis trying to find Keko and does. Keko will find Cicerone. Cicerone crossing this ball in to the foot of Peters. Keem Ward, nicely done by Memphis. 9:01 in the area code coming up big. Tackle by Zico.
Fans don't like it, but he did go through the back of him there. He ended up with the ball, Zico Lewis. But it's the right call by the referee. Just a little scissor action right through the back of him. And the referee will call that all day.
Bill Hamid looking for his 3rd shutout of the season. In his 10th appearance with Memphis. 9:01. Meanwhile, the Republic, with about 10+ minutes to go, looking to see if they can find a late one. Salvage a point and remain atop of the Western Conference all by themselves. Aldair Sanchez in his first touch as Keko come to the ground. Keko staying on his feet here.
And now the free kick now,
yeah, give credit to Memphis here, Adam. There have been very few teams that have come in and probably outplayed Sacramento like what we've seen here tonight. Memphis has done that. San Antonio couldn't do it. Louisville City sure as heck couldn't do it. Colorado Springs couldn't do it. So some of the top teams in the USL Championship have come in here and have all left battered, bruised, and without any points. Meanwhile, Memphis tonight looking like a very big contender in the USL Championship and currently in 4th place, but trying to move up in the Eastern Conference.
Still plenty of time left in this one for Republic. It's getting the ball into the substitutes' feet. Keko, Zico.
Sosa, nice outside of the foot here. Zico. And it's denied again by this Memphis 901 team who's been relentless along that backside. Timmer trying to play this ball forward, finding Keko. Keko's running out of room. Will relieve to Shane Wheat. Wheat spraying it outside. Sanchez very good at crossing the ball in, trying to get to the edge. And it's going to be a goal kick. Tough break for Sacramento. Ran out of options. Nicely done by number 40, Aldair Sanchez. Unfortunately, it goes to Memphis 901 and Bill Hamid.
Yeah, you want to get a cross in from those positions if you're Aldair Sanchez. Just overruns it. Just a starting spot. If he gets a little bit wider, give himself a little more space, you're able just to control that ball and whip it in the box.
Nicely done by Zico Lewis to come back and win the possession for the Republic.
Good run by Cicerone here. Almost found by Ferry Sosa. So one thing with Russell, he's not scored in a while, but man, he gives 100% every single time he's out on that field.
And he's had 2 great headers just stopped, especially one in Pittsburgh against his former club. Zico, triple team. You're seeing swarms of white jerseys follow the Republic. Any chance they get trying to break something. Here's Dolly, really good in possession. He's just trying to keep it, battling. He's physical. A great late game substitution for Memphis 901. Kind of try and change this game. Maybe put another one for Memphis 901. Great chances, 2 good looks toward the end of this second half that have not gone. So Republic still with a golden opportunity. Ward playing forward. This spells trouble. They're going to pull it back out for a bit of more possession.
Republic have to get up. I know they're tired at the back, but as this ball goes back to Bill Hamid, get that back line up. You don't want to get too stretched and leave those gaps.
Malloy
stays connected as possible. It's really hard. It's late in the game, but from here, Connor Donovan, Jared Timmer, Nick Ross. How can you get the feet of Zico, Keko? In these positions, you've got to move it around a little bit, and then it's on them finding those little pockets.
Direct ball from Connor Donovan on a rope to Ferdy Sosa. Keeping it in play, getting past Ward. Sosa crossing it in, looking for Russell Cicerone. Takes a deflection, goes down to the box, won't get the call was hoping for. And it sails away, but Sacramento remains in possession. Now it's to Nick Ross, finding Zico. Lewis out to Sosa. Recycling the run is Cicerone. Zico will wait for it. Back post, here comes Sanchez. And Memphis 901 sends it
stop
clear.
This one. It's a clash of heads at the back post. Alder Sanchez, he's back up though.
And it's Buckmaster who will remain on the ground.
And if you're Mark Briggs, do you maybe thinking about putting one of the defenders up in the box towards the end of the game? Connor Donovan's heading up right now, actually.
Ball whipped in. Donovan! It's saved by Hamid. Second chance tonight that Connor Donovan is in right there. But Bill Hamid coming away unscathed again, and a corner kick for Sacramento brought to you by Atlas Disposal.
Right on cue, Connor Donovan. And he does a much better job on this one. He tests the goalkeeper. But once again, just too straight at Bill Hamid. He makes a great save, but still alive here from the set piece. Ezekiel Lewis is going to whip this in with the left foot. And we might just see Connor Donovan stay up there the rest of the game.
Opportunity for Sacramento misplayed by Memphis.
And they are tired. The back line of Memphis 901 is tired. Did you see a little sloppy at the back, clearing things? They've done
well, they're going to make
an amazing shift 85 minutes into this one.
They're going to make a change when they have a chance.
See that save from Bill Hamid. Great reflexes, reactions.
Getting into it, they can feel it. Hard driven ball. Hamid back post. Timmer gets high with it. And great outstretched right leg. And last touched by Memphis 901. And they're going to make a substitution.
Well, they got to make sure all this time's getting added on.
And they're going to quickly send Matt Thompson ushering Jeremy Kelly off the pitch. And so Lucas Turchi will enter the match. And the Brazilian defender will take Jeremy Kelly, who's been in the midfield. So you're adding another defensive player. Played in Germany a couple of seasons before coming to Memphis last year. And mostly reserve role and doing the same here in 2023. Sacramento with some good looks here, had some momentum. Can they finally get one to go through? Meanwhile, Turchi getting his first touch, moving forward, taken away by Russell Cicerone. Cicerone flying forward, finding Keko in space. Keko, can he find an edge? Keko trying to play it through, and it's in! Russell Cicerone! And we are tied late in Sacramento. Number 10 on the year for Cicerone, and it comes at the most opportune time in this game. How about that build up, the assist from Keko?
Russell Cicerone does it again here at Hard back. He wins the ball back, slips it through to Keko. Job's not done, continues to run. What a ball by Keko, puts in the back of the net. Game on here, and he's not done. I love the way he said, let's go back, let's go win this game. Absolutely magnificent from Russell Cicerone.
We have our pregame chats, and I need to start doing these on the air, because did I not say this feels like a Russell Cicerone goal night? Meanwhile, the other way, Kisiedu trying to get Memphis right back on top as they fly forward. Malloy, left side, here's Dolly. Dolly being marked by Timmer. Timmer trying to push him to his right, goes down low. Dolly keeps it in play. Nicely done by Arnold Lopez, and now the foul is committed. Dolly's big, strong, athletic, has shown some skill there, but nicely done by the Republicans of team defense.
Fans are getting into this, and we'll see how much time the referee adds on. I think you gotta look upwards of 5 minutes, which will definitely play in the hands of the Republic, who've looked the more energetic, more enthused this last 10 minutes or so. And Zico Lewis has made a good run in behind Sosa.
Game Ward just does enough. Credit to Memphis, though. They have come in here and they have played fantastic, but has this long road trip maybe getting to them a little bit. Meanwhile, Sacramento find a little bit of late game energy. Staying on the ground, Malloy climbing all over.
That's going to be a foul against Connor Donovan for handballing it.
I think the crowd losing their mind. Connor Donovan depleting his case, saying, I was continuing to be pushed. You got to go down, I think.
He gets a yellow card. I'm not sure if that's for handball.
Take a look at this.
Man, he gets a shot. He definitely gets a shove in the back of the as he goes for that, Connor Donovan, and I don't know.
Never touches his hand.
No.
Really weird play.
That is a strange play, and
that could be detrimental. Republic have to be mentally sharp here on this set piece. Good look here. Ball driven hard and well. Sent away. Memphis is Malloy right back at it. One of the best at creating opportunities for his team in all of the USL Championship. Kisiedu to the left side. Sosa will become the mark boss. Softly sent in. Still bouncing around the 6. Sacramento's got to clear it. Now they have an opportunity to counter. Kecko flying forward. 5-minute flashing. Kecko flying toward the forward of in the field. He goes down, stays up. Alder Sanchez and Kecko is on the turf. Republic fans and Mark Britt are absolutely livid, hoping to see a booking, and I think they'll finally get
Piers. Yeah, Piers will get a yellow card there. And it almost made its way through Alder Sanchez. He would have been through on goal if it carried a little bit further, but this is going to be an interesting stoppage time here.
Well, how about this? An injection of life. We saw what Zeke Padilla, the 16-year-old, made his debut 2 weeks ago. Can he have a life-changing moment here? The Academy product coming into the game on the right side for Penzani Ferdi Sosa. He has all kinds of pace, quick, good on the ball. Kecko turning away, played through some space. Sanchez crossing this ball in, clear to the top. Padilla was there on the right side, but the ball trickled away. Kisiedu, fans screaming for handball, won't get it. Here's Padilla. The crowd already finding him as a favorite. Just gets stuck. Ward defensively. The veteran play just holding his ground. There's always the golden rule. You can't get crossed up. They can't move their hips any faster, so don't keep your eyes on the legs. Keep them on the waist. Meanwhile, Kisiedu and Dali. Turnover, Kecko. Kecko chopped down by Malloy. They'll play advantage. Lopez, all kinds of room. Getting behind Kecko. Kecko is hitting to the wall of Jelani Peters. That's a clean call there. Back to Bill Hamid. You know fans want that one, but there was nothing there, Adam.
That's just a little fella going against a big fella. Big fella won that time.
Sacramento's got to be careful. They got to get back here defensively. This is a team that you still can't put the hurt on. Here's Malloy. He's got all kinds of room. Malloy. Just an errant shot. Nearly the second goal for Memphis, as that one goes all the way into the stands.
That's far too much time and space given to Malloy.
And here's been one of the bright spots for this team is Knight Pickering. 4 goals, 4 assists on the season. He signed midway through last year, and he'll come out for Kisiedu will come out and Pickering will come in, but a very good goal scorer as fireworks are going off along the east bleachers for the State Fair tonight on a weekend night. So can we see some late game fireworks here? Adam Moffitt for Sacramento. Padilla over his shoulder, nicely done to bring it down. Pokes it free. All kinds of class from this youngster, isn't he? Nick Ross has some room. The energy quite high, the momentum in Sacramento's favor after a late game equalizer. Russell Cicerone in the 87th. Can the Republic come away with 3 points? Sneak a late game goal. Nick Ross.
Just got away from him there.
And not going to be much time here, about 2 minutes at most And Memphis is going to do everything they can to try to keep this game at 1-1. Possession. And that'll go to Sacramento. Well done by Arnold Lopez. He always seems to come up big in opportune moments. Here's Zeke Padilla, the Academy youngster, getting his second opportunity on the season. Timmer played forward. Here's Knight Pickering. Pickering flying forward, the Birmingham, Alabama native. Here comes Timmer. He's trying to slow him down, keep the cross from finding the face of Danny Vitiello. And now it goes to Kecko.
It's got to be a foul right through the back of him, right there. There's one last chance here, send that ball forward. I still, only 5 minutes. I think the way this game's gone, it should be a little bit longer. And someone from the Memphis bench gets a yellow.
Looks like one of the assistant coaches. Meanwhile, fireworks still going off. So the fans getting 2 shows for 1 here. Zico Lewis, knife poke through. Kecko trying to stay on his feet, finding Sanchez, and does. Sanchez, Cicerone. Cicerone with a touch on Peters! It just missed it to the side netting. What a look from Russell Cicerone.
Should be quickly. A corner kick, and the referee's not giving it.
It was last touched by Memphis.
Defender blocks it clearly.
What a break for the 901. Let's take another look at this. Off of Peters.
Yeah, and it gets off the left foot, and just the extended toe of Peters. That was actually going on target. Just sends the ball to the side of Bill Hamid's goal.
That is absolutely brutal, and I think Russell Cicerone just earned himself a yellow card. Meanwhile, Mark Briggs is giving the 4th official a few words himself. And I'll tell you what, that is a critical mistake made by the officiating crew here. That is going to be really one that haunts Sacramento. Had an opportunity, as this time is about to run out as well. Meanwhile, Memphis maybe trying to get one more look. This will skirt all the way through to Danny Vitiello. There goes the hand, there goes the whistle, and that is the game here in the Republic, able to salvage a point late. They get a goal from Russell Cicerone from Kecko in the 87th. It was Emerson Hyman from DaCosta in the 49th, and that is how it ends here. 1-1 against 2 of the best clubs in all of USL Championship. Sacramento will move back up to lone position in the Western Conference with 35 points. It will be Memphis, who now has 30 on the season. And our Western Health Advantage man of the match is
Russell Cicerone. He provided a little bit of fireworks himself at the end of the game, winning the ball back, sliding Kecko through, and a great finish from him. Again, when he's not getting involved, he just gives everything he's got out there and really sets the tone for the team. This team did not give up tonight. It looked like it was not going to be their night. But these points might seem a little disappointing at home tying it, but
great effort.
The fight that they've shown.
Yep. Great effort toward the end, though. Memphis, give them all the credit. I think they put one of the best performances a Republic opponent has seen here in Sacramento all season long. We'll go to the break. Russell Cicerone, 10 on the year now, and it's a 1 goal that will be remembered headed into what could be a very busy road trip coming up over the next month for Sacramento. 1-1 here in Northern California. We'll go to the break. Have your highlights and more coming up after this.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Definitely fireworks at the end of this one, on the pitch and off of it as well, as the California State Fair underway here in Sacramento. A 1-1 draw to end this between the Republic and 901. Mark Briggs' squad coming up late, showing the momentum. You could argue maybe outplayed for most of the game by Memphis. 901 had the better look. We had to go all the way to the second half where things really started to get interesting. But early on, you saw chances from Sacramento. You saw this one, a header by Donovan, maybe touched by Hamid. Either way, it was going to be a save or out of play. But Republic, they kept fighting. They kept getting some good opportunities. But again, you just couldn't put it away in that first half.
And some glorious chances. You see that one by Luther Archimed. It is not easy to score from there, but you got to get something on it. And I think Bill Hamid just put him off. And then this was it. Just that turn by Kisadu just took everyone out of the game, and Emerson Hyndman just hits the target. And Vitiello, we don't see that too often from him, and he's been fantastic this year. Just slides right underneath them. The Republic started growing into the game, started getting some crosses in, and you think Connor Donovan's got this one. He hits the target this time. Well, which might actually be a harder opportunity than the one in the first half. He gets up, he's hanging there, but good save by Bill Hamid. Yeah, probably a foot left or right, and that's going to be the first goal. Meanwhile, Sacramento's Russell Cicerone, never say die. Look at this from Keko, though, just fantastic. Yeah, it just times it so well, and Russell just gets it over the line, and that's what you got to do. And as a leader in the team, he really, really leads by example, and in the end, it's a good point. His 10 goals on the year. First time a Republic player has had double-digit goals since 2019, Adam. Hard to believe. Wow, I was Cameron Watson, Thomas Ine Olsen, right there, both of them, yeah. So fairly even game. I mean, you look stats-wise, but overall, this was one that gave you a bit of heartache, didn't it? One way or the other. If you felt like Sacramento felt like this was an opportunity to win one for Memphis, they probably felt like they had this. And we're moving on to 3 points. Meanwhile, though, this is where it's going to get very interesting for Sacramento. Dealing with some injuries. See what happens with Dami Villader. You hope it's nothing major. You're already out with Sebastian Herrera, no Jack Gurr, Luis Felipe, Rodrigo Lopez. Will they come back? We are not quite sure when, but this is what's daunting for the next 5 on the road. Yeah, a lot of ats there. I like the V's. Yeah. But the ats are, that's a real challenge for you. Getting on the road, Vegas, struggling, but still no game's easy in the USL Championship anymore, so you really got to hope some players get back healthy, and at least Monterey Bay is not too far away, so at least you're feeling that one's not as much of a flight and everything else. Luther Archimed getting up in the air, and Archimed showing quite a bit of skill and opportunities tonight, but just not able to put them quite away. And you know, he's got all the tools. You just want to see him start putting away those goals, and he could be one of the best strikers in the Western Conference, there's no doubt about it. He's just got to put those chances away. All right, so that is our power image of the match. Sacramento, Memphis, they end in a 1-1 draw in a critical midway match through the season here. Hyndman, Russell, Cicerone coming away with goals. The Republic earn a point. They go to first place alone in the Western Conference, as Sacramento will be on the road next week. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us. That's our entire crew here in Sacramento. For our producer, Ava Ponte. For Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. So long, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.